Cancer causes tumors on the body from cells that grow uncontrollably.
Chemotherapy is where drugs are used to treat cancer.
It can be very grueling and has a bunch of negative side effects.
It is a serious disease with serious consequences.
What exactly is cancer?
A term for diseases in which abnormal cells divide without control and invade nearby tissues.
Cancer refers to several diseases.
Cancer sounds like one monstrous disease spreading its pandemic across the world.
It's not.
Cancer is a broad term for a whole bunch of diseases.
There are dozens of types of different cancers that show up in the body.
Every type of cancer works differently.
These are some pictures of different types of cancers. They are caused by various factors and have different molecular mechanisms.
So if cancer is a whole bunch of different diseases, how are all these cancers related?
Cancer cells are abnormal cells that divide without control.
To understand why cancer cells are abnormal, we first have to learn what normal cells are like.
Cells divide through a process called mitosis, which is a process where it replicates its DNA and splits in two.
Normal cells do not divide infinitely, though. Normal cells stop dividing after a certain number of generations,
Normally after 50 or 60.
where the cells will then commit apoptosis.
Cell suicide.
This process is called senescence.
Normal cells are able to regulate how often they divide.
Cells send signals to each other as they duplicate.
They slow down if it gets too crowded and speed up if needed.
Cancer cells do not do this.
Cancer cells do not evade senescence.
They are in a sense immortal.
They completely ignored signal warning, urging them to commit suicide, allowing them to keep growing.
Cancer cells will keep dividing over and over again.
If they have enough nutrients, they will keep dividing forever.
This is what causes those dangerous tumors.
That, generally speaking, is what makes cancers all alike.
So why haven't we found a cure yet?
We always hear all this talk about finding that cure for cancer.
The problem is, cancer cannot be solved with a single treatment because they are all so different and work in different ways.
For example, the most common type of cancer is basal cell carcinoma, and it is usually caused by sunlight.
Ultraviolet rays from the sun cause random genetic mutations within the cell, mutations that often lead to malignant growth.
That is why people who are tan are more likely to develop skin cancer.
At the moment, we have things like chemotherapy, radiation therapy, and surgery as a standard for cancer treatment. These treatments are very generalized.
Chemotherapy and radiation in particular are designed to kill any rapidly growing cell in the body.
While this includes cancer cells, it also includes hair cells, blood cells, and stomach cells, which is why we get side effects like hair loss, suppressed immune system, and nausea, and simply because we are killing the cells by brute force, not attacking them at the root of the cause.
The cancer cells will often come back to grow again.
A true cure would have to be tailored to the specific type of cancer.
This means each cancer would need its own specialized research uncovering the causes and mechanisms of the disease.
Even if they do that treatment, it can still be tricky.
Each patient responds differently to cancer therapy.
Each case is different. Sometimes a single tumor can contain multiple forms of cancer.
There is no magic bullet that can cure cancer.
Even so, we are learning more and more about cancer every day.
As we learn more about how these cancers work, we can also learn how to fight it.
New cancer drugs and therapies are constantly being tested and released to the public. We are spreading cancer awareness
because it is not only important, it is vital.